Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm glad to have you with us for NBA basketball. Friday night in the NBA, it's the San Antonio Spurs going up against the Los Angeles Lakers. And that's it for now. Let's send you out to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. Enjoy the first half. We'll see you soon.
A terrific, beautiful night here in downtown Los Angeles. Our broadcast here at the sold-out Staples Center. Welcome, everyone. This is the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, ready to bring you all the action along with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. Our starting lineups will look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. In breaking down the game, let's take a look here at Manu Ginobili.
Well, Ginobili has a knack for taking charges defensively, great anticipation skill, and he's really quick. He's a phenomenal athlete. So he beats his player to the spot, and then he's willing to take the contact.
But that's just part of the larger picture for Manu. I mean, he is just a winner on the basketball court, a terrific competitor. He does everything he can to help his team win and to give him an edge. Taking a charge, running down loose balls, hitting clutch shots. Whatever you need, he'll try to give it to you.
With that road trip behind them, the Lakers ready to perform in front of their Los Angeles fans. They're getting their first look of the season at San Antonio in this one. Last season, they couldn't get the edge in the matchup as they went 1-2 in the season series.
And, of course, they're meeting the team that was responsible for dealing them a very painful loss in the first round of the playoffs a year ago. And there's the first bucket of the game.
Yeah, that's a nice tone setter out of the gate.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Dishes it to Splitter. Parker outside. Feeds to Duncan. Working on Gasol with the fadeaway. And Duncan finishes inside. Steve just talked about their postseason last year, and Clark, I'll bet they're still thinking about how quickly this team bounced them out of the playoffs.
Yeah, you got to believe that, Kevin. I mean, their first chance this season for a little bit of revenge, they're salivating.
Nash drives in, and Young kicks to Nash. Back to Young. Just 5 to shoot. Nash from downtown. It's rebounded by Leonard. Now let's find out what head coach Greg Popovich had to say to Doris Burke. Doris?
Obviously he has a lot on his plate when it comes to defending against Kobe Bryant. I asked him what he might do, and he said not much. He's one of the league's all-time best scorers, and no matter what you seem to do, he finds ways to get on the scoreboard. Kobe might be seeing a lot of double teams here tonight, guys.
Thanks again, Doris.
You know, last season, a lot of folks had the Lakers picked as the super team in the West, the team that would maybe challenge Miami and LeBron, but from the start, it just never was a cohesive group and really had one of the most disappointing seasons in the Lakers' history.
Clark, as you said, the Lakers had a lot of lofty expectations put on them, but you never know what's going to happen when a team is put together. And Steve, they just couldn't reach that bar that was set so high for them.
Yeah, the expectations were so high, Kevin, but injury issues cost them all season long. Nash, Howard, Powell, and of course Kobe with the Achilles at the end of the year. And that unit only started 7 games all season together, so they never really were able to develop any chemistry.
Splitter with the ball, defended by Gasol. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
You know, one of the stranger things of Tim Duncan's Hall of Fame career is how his free throw percentage has fluctuated from season to season, guys. Some years in the 70s, others in the low 60s. Last year was a good one for Timmy, though, as he shot well over 70.
The free throw drops for Duncan. Going back to Duncan's free throw shooting, last season he changed his routine and shooting motion. He doesn't do that long pause anymore, and the numbers he put up last year were terrific at the line.
I think he found the right balance. He used to shoot the ball too quickly. Once he released it, this is a much smoother stroke that we've seen from Duncan. That's why he shot better than 80% from the foul line for the first time in his career.
Kobe passes to Keenan. He kicks to Nash. Nick Young on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. Hits the bucket. Young's got his second bucket of the night.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Parker outside. Spurs working the ball around now. And the basket by Ginobili.
This is great. Three-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
Nash kicks to Kobe. No good. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
Yeah, they were nearly flawless offensively in that win, Kevin. Once they got rolling, they just did not stop.
My kind of performance to watch, guys. Efficient and potent. Very strong.
Ginobili can't hit. Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last...
Man, that was unreal. Mark it up.
The rim went well.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Yeah, that is Showtime stuff right there. Major highlight reel material.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Pass to Ginobili. He dishes it to Parker. Back to Ginobili. Parker outside. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Parker's got his first 3 points of the game.
A little confusion defensively.
Yeah, you know what? He sent the D a little message with that three. Well, I tell you what, Greg Popovich, a really impressive leader for the Spurs. He's able to keep all of his players locked into what's best for the team. Has a military background, played basketball and studied at the Air Force Academy before serving 5 years in the Air Force. And you know some of the leadership that he brings to his position was learned from his past experiences.
And Clark, you mentioned Pop's time at the Air Force Academy. That's where he got his start in the coaching ranks.
Yeah, 6 years as an assistant there. He was head coach at Pomona, an assistant coach with the Golden State Warriors and the Spurs, and eventually moved into the front office in San Antonio. But wow, what an amazing run it's been for him. 17 years as the head coach of the Spurs.
And Duncan drops them both.
One of the holy grails, if you will, for statistical achievement is to put a quadruple double on the book. Duncan came close in the 2003 finals, but he also came fairly close to it last year as well. 31, 18 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 blocks.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 34-point game against Golden State.
And he played great at the defensive end of the floor, too. Kevin had a couple of important block shots in that game. So, good all-around effort.
San Antonio's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. You know, Steve, you talk about big games for Duncan last season. Don't forget the game against Utah with 21 rebounds, 22 points, 6 blocks. He was incredible.
Yeah, he's the first player 35 or older to post a 20-20 in 5 games since 2001 when, ironically enough, his old teammate David Robinson reached that mark. So something's going on down there in San Antonio, I guess.
Spurs leading by 4. Parker off the pick from Splitter. Leonard kicks to Parker. There's the pass to Ginobili. Unloads. A rebound by the Lakers. Nash outside. Nick Young on the wing. He passes to King. He's covered by Ginobili. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
Kaman gave up his old caveman look, guys, but he's still an intimidating presence in the post. Good size and strength and doesn't really get pushed around. Also excellent timing when it comes to shot blocking.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
Well, I'll tell you what, they must have had a good shoot-around because they've been fantastic from long range so far, fellas.
And they're sharing the ball, too, which I love. They're piling up the assist. We're seeing great offensive movement.
And Chris Kaman skilled offensively. Ambidextrous, finishing inside, and a good mid-range shooter.
Yeah, I think he's really good offensively. He's got a lot of skill. He's tough to handle. And the question mark with him is defensively. You know, his weak side rotations can be late. He's never really been, you know, a center that you kind of solidify your defense around.
Splitter, that's good. Lakers trail by 5. Nash hits to Young. The dish to Kobe. Back to Young. 3-pointer. Tim Duncan with the rebound. Duncan's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Leonard with the ball. Picked up by Kobe. Parker kicks to Leonard. Parker. Ginobili with the three. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Parker's got 3 assists tonight.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. The defense hasn't been able to set up.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And what an amazing run it was for the Spurs last year in the postseason. Swept the Lakers, survived Golden State, and then dismantled Memphis on their way to the NBA Finals. And then, of course, were seconds away from another championship banner.
And the Lakers making a change here. Hill's checked in. Nash hits to Young. The teardrop falls in. Young's got 9. And it's the Spurs ball. They're on a 16-7 run. Well, getting back to the Spurs, they look better and better as they went deeper into the playoffs, Clark. Heat were thought to be the heavy favorites at the start of the NBA postseason. But when they met in the finals, thoughts on who would win, I think, were pretty much split.
Yeah, and eventually, this was one heck of a series because the Spurs not only had experience and talent, but they had multiple options offensively and did such a terrific job sharing the ball. They took the Miami Heat to the limit, but at the end of the day, it came down to LeBron James and Dwayne Wade rising to the challenge.
The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. Young's got 11.
Well, 5 for 6 here in the first quarter, so he's rolling.
Parker gets to Ginobili. No good. And the Lakers take it the other way.
Been a poor shooting performance for him today, but luckily for them, a lot of his teammates have come through.
He didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Now here's Parker. Really played well against Memphis in his last outing. Ginobili. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Let's take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who were the best shooters from behind the arc last season. 5th on the list, Steve Nash.
Now, very deserved spot for him among the league's leading three-point shooters. He was terrific last season.
Lakers trail by 4. Ryan in the post. He's covered by Ginobili. Shots good by Kobe.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
Everybody knows how brutal the Western Conference can be, and part of the reason the Lakers were able to make it to the playoffs is because they were above 500 in the West, which is pretty impressive.
And the Spurs making a change here. Boris Diaz checked in for Splitter. Pendergraph comes in for Tim Duncan. Daniel Green, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And DeColo subbed in for Manu Ginobili. Here's DeColo. He feeds it to Diao. Pass to DeColo. Fires the 3. Gets the bucket. DeColo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Well, going back to the Lakers in the West, they would end with a 28-24 record streak against the rest of the conference. That record falling right in line where they finished in relation to the rest of the West.
Well, and that record was really the big reason that they were able to catch up to Utah and end up passing them for the last playoff spot. And, Laker fans might not be happy with how quickly they exited the postseason, getting swept by the Spurs, but, they did make a good push at the end of the season just to get in.
The Spurs have always been very mindful of resting key players during the regular season. Some of it has to do with the age of their players. Some of it is regarding talent because they knew they were a playoff team most years. And you look at the research, there is something to be said for not playing guys when they're fatigued because injuries are more likely if you play tired.
Second chance shot. Foul call. Looked like the D didn't get there in time, and he'll shoot free throws. They get Steve Blake.
Kevin, Diao is a really interesting player. He's not a big scorer, but he's capable. He can rebound the ball, not really a shot blocker. but mainly he's strong. He's a cagey defender and then a playmaking big man. Can step out and you can run your offense through him because he's such a good passer.
Yeah, indeed. A very good passer for a big man. He played some small forward when he came into the league right off the bat, and you can see some of that skill set now in his play. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. And back to the Spurs and their strategy of resting their star players, not without some controversy. The NBA, as you may recall, fined the Spurs and Coach Popovich for sitting all their starting players for a nationally televised game back in November.
Well, it was their fourth game in 5 nights, and Pop wanted to rest some of their guys because of just the nature of their schedule. But I think the problem was he didn't give the league advance warning. And that game against Miami, when he rested those 3 players, he actually sent them home. And I think that was a little shot at the league. And that's why there was a problem, and that's why the Spurs and Popovich ended up getting fined.
And the Spurs with possession after the basket by the Lakers. Mills with it, now guarded by Blake. Mills dishes to Pendergraft. And the layup's good off the glass. Pendergraft's got his first points of the game.
I don't know how they're going to keep this pace up. Both teams on fire here early.
And playing the game on rollerblades, too.
It's Meeks outside. Good. The assist goes to Hill. And that makes it a tie ball game.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists and great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
DeColo, smooth as silk on the finger roll. DeColo's got his second bucket tonight.
Great move to the hoop, and I love the finger roll finish.
The feed now to Johnson. Kicks to Sacre. Pass to Meeks. 6 on the shot clock. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Rejected by Diaz. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Boris Diaz. The Spurs shooting 56% in this first quarter. An outstanding start for this offense. Mills passes to Pendergraft. And it's San Antonio with another.
Then you can feel the pattern of this game, guys. They're working it inside, dominating in the paint, getting good shots at will.
Well, 4 of their last 5 baskets, guys, have been of exactly that variety.
Here's Meeks. Johnson from outside. Rebounded by Pendergraft. And here's Mills. The finger roll finish at the bucket. And now a 6-point San Antonio lead. Heaves it up. The shot is off. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. It's San Antonio up 6. Live from the Staples Center, you're watching 2K Sports.
Coming up next Tuesday, November 5th, Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs take on Ty Lawson and the Denver Nuggets. Live from Pepsi Center. Do not miss it.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, Clark and Steve. What have they been doing or not doing?
How about the three-point shooting? The scoring has really come in bunches from long range.
Yeah, it seems like every time down the floor they're knocking down the triple.
On the court for San Antonio here in the second. Corey Joseph is out there with Nando DeColo. Then it's Matt Bonner. Then there's Jeff Pendergraft. And it's Green in at the 3 spot. And DeColo kicks to Green. Good! Green's got the first basket of the second quarter for San Antonio.
And again, a few more points added to the lead. They might be ready to pull away here.
I wouldn't be surprised, Steve. As well as they've got it working right now, that could be the case.
Johnson for 3. Again, Johnson missing. San Antonio leading by 8. DeColo dishes to Joseph. Feeds to DeColo. And here's Green outside. That doesn't go either for Green.
Boy, this is a neat story, guys. Danny Green was undrafted out of North Carolina. And another nice find for perhaps the best organization in all of sports, the San Antonio Spurs. He's an excellent three-point shooter, over 40% from three-point range for his career. He helps that team spread the floor, and that energizes their high-powered offense.
Here's Blake, defended by DeColo. Here's the screen. It's a hand on it. It's good on the putback.
Smooth, guys. Very good job there of getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
And you know, those kind of players in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes as much as any single play in a game.
Yeah, they really can. I mean, they can't allow him to beat them to so many of those offensive rebounds. That'll kill you. The offense just getting right to the rim, but at least they saved the layup with the foul.
That's old school basketball rules. I mean, at the end of the day, no easy layup. Earn it from the line.
He misses the free throw. And Green, nice versatility, too. Not just an outside shooter.
No, he's an excellent defensive player. In fact, Greg Popovich calls upon him to often guard the opponent's best wing player. So for Green, a two-way player, a guy who can get it done at both ends of the floor.
Chris Kaman is checked in for Robert Sacre. And he's good on the second.
Lakers still pursuing another title, but it would be a real shock if that were to come this year. A lot of age and injury on this team. They lose Dwight Howard. This is a club that just doesn't have enough athleticism and speed to contend for a title.
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, gentlemen, the Lakers barely squeezed into the playoffs last season. Despite that, they had the largest luxury tax bill in the league, almost $30 million, more than double the next highest team in the Miami Heat. So, maybe one silver lining for them with Dwight Howard deciding to move to Houston. The team won't have to shoulder the even more punitive taxes that began this season. Kevin?
Good point, Doris. Thanks. Well, back to the Lakers. Clark, you think they're too old? Is this a team that needs to rebuild?
Not yet, Kevin. The saying is, young doesn't win in the NBA. I think for them, health and chemistry are the most important factors. Also, I think this is a franchise that has shown it can make a home run deal like acquiring Pau Gasol in 2007. Got 2 titles out of that move. I think they'll look to add some youth through their bench and restructure the personnel a bit, and they'll position themselves for another run, perhaps.
Robert Sacre, he's checked in for Jordan Hill. Here's Farmar. Dishes to Blake. Shot clock at 5. Stolen by Joseph. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Here's Green. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Now it's a 7-point Spurs lead for Los Angeles. They've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Came in a screen. Blake kicks to Farmar. He dishes it to Blake. Johnson. 4 on the clock. Gets it to go. Johnson's got 6. Here's Joseph. He kicks it to Pendergrass. Pass to Green. The dish to Joseph. Back to Green. Right side, Green. That doesn't go either for Green.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
Gets it to go. Now just a 3-point Spurs lead.
And he's shaking off a poor first quarter shooting effort. He's really starting to turn it on now, guys.
The pass to Joseph. A rebound by the Lakers.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Well, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Blake kicks to Johnson. Fades. Here's Farmar. Can't tie it up as that one misses. Spurs leading by 3. And DeColo kicks to Joseph. With the lead pass. Gets it to go. Lakers have gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second. 5 of 10. Farmar kicks to Kamen. He passes to Farmar. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Splitters checked in for Matt Bonner. Duncan comes in for Jeff Pendergraft. And Kawhi Leonard subbed in for Daniel Green.
You know, the Spurs really have a cohesive culture, and part of that is something that Greg Popovich has been able to do, and that's being able to join guys together that normally might not hang out. For instance, you had Matt Bonner taking Steven Jackson out to a Coldplay concert last season. One way to help guys get to know each other off the court, and it helps them on the court.
Young pass to Farmer. Kamen a screen. Farmer dishes to Kamen. He nails it, and we're tied up. Kamen's got 5.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the 10 for the layup.
San Antonio calls timeout. And back to Popovich and the Spurs, he really makes a point of getting to know his players and have them get to know one another.
That's right, Kevin. He likes to have his players have a sense of perspective about the world. He wants them to know that there are other things going on besides the NBA. In fact, back in 2012, he had the players watching the presidential debates together.
And San Antonio has possession. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip.
A lot of fans focused on that matchup for Portland.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things toward them. I mean, they've been winning that battle.
San Antonio's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. And Gasol comes to help. Rejected by Gasol. Kobe against Ginobili. And Young kicks to Kobe. Came in a screen on Ginobili. Takes the 3. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Duncan outside. He feeds it to Ginobili. Duncan with the screen for Ginobili. He used that pick to get in close. Ginobili's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Pass to Farmer. Young outside. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. There's the triple. Good. And Farmer gets the assist. Young's got 16 points.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today. You know, it seems to me Nick Young is a perfect guy to have coming off the bench because he's a volume shooter and scorer who can get hot in a hurry. But I think his best role is to play him kind of in a Jamal Crawford type role.
Now Farmer. He's got 9. Good looking screen by Gasol. 5 on the clock. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Going back to Nick Young, Clark, mostly a scorer.
He sure is, Kevin, an athletic 6'7" wing. I don't think there's any reason he can't be a plus rebounder and defender, but it's clear that his focus primarily has been on the offensive end.
That free throw good from Gasol.
Well, since the new CBA, the league has made the luxury tax much more punitive. But certainly the Lakers, blessed with the financial wherewithal to be a tax-paying team. The problem is it can hurt your flexibility under the new rules just to make deals, and that's going to be the challenge for LA.
Tony Parker's checked in for Corey Joseph. You talk about the huge fan base for the Lakers, Clark, one of the marquee franchises certainly in the entire NBA.
I would even stretch that to all of sports, Kevin. The market and their finances clearly have helped them gain that stature, but you can't shortchange the organization, the people making the decisions. They've been a winner for a long time, and that's been the magic ingredient that's attracted fans, players, sponsors, the full package.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. Leonard, and a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Lakers leading by 3. Nash hits to Young. 11 feet away. Again, Los Angeles.
Well, offensively, he's taken a solid opening quarter and just built on it here in the second.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Off target from outside. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Throwing the whistle and a lot of contact there. They get Paul Gasol.
It's been a good one for Parker. He has 8 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
Well, they might want to think about setting a few more screens for him to try to give him another open look or two.
First one falls for him.
Guys, you go back to the shortened season a year before last, and the Spurs were the best team on the road. But last year, they weren't nearly as dominant on the road. Still solid when leaving San Antonio, but far from the level they played at a couple of seasons ago.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. And for the Spurs on the road last season, they would still win 23 games in hostile territory. And while that is more than the 22 speed they won in the shortened season, they also lost a fair amount more as well.
Well, for the Spurs, Kevin, I think they did what they needed to do. You know, the Spurs manage the regular season. They know when to turn it on and when they can maybe relax a little bit. The big thing is they just want to stay near 500 on the road, protect their home court, and be healthy going into the playoffs, and that puts them in a good position.
Jordan Hill, he's checked in for the Lakers. Young against Parker. The feed to Ginobili. Shot clock at 6. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
I think he's got to regroup and get himself together here. I mean, something's going wrong with him this quarter. He's really falling off.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Well, as you know, gentlemen, Greg Popovich is one of the foremost practitioners of the intentional fouling that sends poor free throw shooters to the line. Not exactly a fan favorite, and Pop says, quote, I think it's ugly, I think it's awful, but it's legal, it's there. If somebody doesn't want to get hacked, they should shoot free throws better. Well, guys, he's all about winning. Whether it's pretty or ugly, he doesn't care.
They wear you down, Doris. Thank you so much. Parker with it. Guarded now by Nash. Parker outside. Duncan outside. Pulls up. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Boy, he has been struggling mightily in this quarter, guys.
True. He really seems to have tightened up a bit for whatever reason. He looks tight.
Nash hits to Young. Good, and the assist goes to Nash. Nash has got 4 assists in the game.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
Second quarter ends in a tight one. Lakers lead by 2. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome, I'm Damon Bruce. A great game going on out at Staples Center. The Lakers are going all out to stay in it. On paper, all the experts, everyone said they were the inferior team, but that's why you play the games. Nick Young has been tremendous in the first half. Seems like everything's falling for him. Not sure if he even knows how to miss. And for San Antonio, they're looking good in their own right. Great ball control offensively. The turnover differential a major advantage right now. Tony Parker making a statement in this one. He's got 11 points and is up to his usual tricks, dropping a lot of dimes all over the court. Some close games out there. Let's get to them. The Milwaukee Bucks currently trailing the Celtics out in Boston. Second half of play, still anybody's game. And another game going on. Out in Houston, the Rockets are ahead against Dallas. About midway through the third out there. And a look here at the other NBA action. The Nets out in Brooklyn will go up against the Heat. Some Eastern teams doing battle. That one gets started at 8 Eastern. And that'll be it for us here. Thanks so much for joining me. Now it's time to head back to Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke. We hope to see you around next time.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. More action in store as the players get ready to go. Having a nice break to get hydrated with Gatorade. And Steve and Clark and I are refreshed and ready to go here as well.
When you're hot, you're hot. And that's certainly been the case for Nick Young. 25 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 3-pointers.
Yeah, when he's been able to get squared up and get a good look at the basket, it seems like everything's been going in.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. So for the Lakers right now, inside the 7-footers, Gasol and Kaman. Nash and Bryant in the backcourt, and it's Young in at the small forward position. That doesn't go in either for Kobe.
What was the defense doing there? I mean, he is not the guy to give an open look to, and yet they got away with it.
And that one's good. Parker.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Nash the pass to Kobe. Kaman inside. Great D that time from Duncan.
And they've missed the first 3 shots of the third quarter.
And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
On a per-minute basis, Manu Ginobili continues to be one of the top shooting guards in the game. Of course, the Spurs have always limited his minutes to protect him from injury. Last year, 25 minutes a game is about what he played.
That free throw good from Ginobili. And you mentioned injuries for Manu. He's had his share for his career. He's missed an average of about 15 games a season.
And Kevin, part of it is just the way he plays, just the attacking nature of his drives. He draws a lot of contact. And you look at his age, mid-30s. I mean, the Spurs want to keep him healthy, try to save him for the playoffs, so they try to limit his minutes and bring him off the bench.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. And Parker with the block.
Ugly start to this second half, guys. They've missed all 4 of their shot attempts.
That's good. They got on this roll a while ago, and they just haven't looked back.
Nothing but money for them to start the half. They've made all 3 of their shot attempts.
Nash against Parker. And Nash, here we go. And that time, also a missed shot.
Ice cold here to start the third quarter. 0 for 5 now, guys.
Guys, this offense very effective.
Going right at him.
And this is where you just start picking apart the defense, and now you take their confidence away. You can really take control of this game.
Spurs leading by 6. And Ginobili, here we go. Ginobili right side. Splitter with the ball, and Kaman picks him up defensively. Here's Parker, Duncan, and it's blocked. Now here's Nash. Nick Young on the wing. San Antonio with the rebound. Splitter's got his 6th rebound on the night. Ginobili left side. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
Kobe kicks to Nash. He's against Parker. Young outside. Passes it to Kobe. Shot from the top of the key. That doesn't go in either for Kobe.
Boy, I tell you what, the complexion of this game would be completely different if he shot the ball anything like he's capable of. Seems like every year, guys, you look at Tony Parker and he's found something else to add to his game. He's always improving.
Last season for Tony Parker, arguably his best ever. 20 points a game, almost 8 assists, 52% Steve from the field. And there was even talk at midseason about maybe MVP consideration.
Well, his ability to score inside around the rim is amazing, but he's also become a master of knocking down the jump shot from that 15 to 18-foot range. But really, this team has been built now around Parker. Their offensive strategy completely tailored to suit his talents.
Boris Diaz checked in for the Spurs.
Tony Parker had a phenomenal 2011-2012 campaign, but as is the case with Greg Popovich, he challenged Parker to improve upon that for last season. Popovich told him, good players can be great for a little bit, but great players are always great. And that really resonated with Parker.
Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. Third is Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, he had a terrific year last year, consistent, and ended up being one of the best scorers in the league.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And Young kicks to Hill. Back to Young. A again, Young missing. Think about how great Parker's been. We forgot his career almost came to an end in the summer of 2012. This is a very interesting part of his career.
That's right. He was an innocent bystander at a club in New York when a melee erupted and bottles were thrown. He got a shard of glass that penetrated almost through his left eye. Very easily could have lost his vision and lost his career.
Nick Young on the wing. Just 5 on the clock. Hill gets a screen from Bryant, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
And a look here at how the Lakers ranked in the NBA last season. 4th in rebounding, 6th in scoring. And they were a top 10 team in field goal shooting. Not bad for a team that's got an awful lot of young, talented players.
And this is a team that really relied most heavily on the rebounding numbers that you talked about. I mean, the top 5, they're a team that likes to attack the lane at both ends of the floor, really control the glass on defense and try to pound you inside with the offensive boards.
San Antonio making a switch here. Duncan's checked in. And the second free throw, good. And here are the Spurs. They're on a 12-1 run right now. And Parker, here we go. Out to Duncan. Back to Parker. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. Parker's got 6 here in this quarter.
You know, I don't think there's any question as Duncan is aged. He can certainly not be considered one of the top 3 players in the league anymore, but he's still a star. You look at the Spurs and the offensive numbers they put up. It's amazing what they accomplished without a huge scoring star to lean on. Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Ginobili up top. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for 1 more. And Clark, you talked about Duncan and the Spurs offense. He helped along with Parker to carry it, and it's a big reason why, Steve, they put up so many points and were so efficient in their offense.
Well, yeah, the Spurs ended up in the top 5 in scoring, and they were right there with the Thunder, second best field goal percentage in the league. The Spurs have been an excellent offensive team now for the last 5-6 years. And you look at the balance, the low post game of Duncan, the shooting, the penetration. I mean, they've got it all.
Young for 3, but they get it back. Hill kicks it over to Nash. Young outside. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Young's got 6 in the quarter.
Boy, he's putting up big numbers in that three-point column, guys.
Kicks it to Duncan. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Checking out the game Tim Duncan is having. 8 rebounds, and 4 of his points have come at the foul line. He's made the most of those opportunities.
Which can't be undervalued, Clark. So many times a game can come down to which team wins the free throw battle.
The first free throw is good.
Boy, still waiting for their first miss from the foul line this half.
100% since halftime, is that right? I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon if that keeps up.
Tony Parker's checked in for Manu Ginobili. That one falls, so he hits both of them.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Nash hits to Young. Feeds it to Gasol. Duncan on him. Back to Young. And another 3 for the Lakers.
Wow. Wow. What a great performance from him. He's hit 3 in each half.
Parker kicks to Leonard. Leonard off the pick from Diaw. Leonard dishes to Parker. Here's Mills. Oh, that's blocked. But he recovers it. The 3. Steve Nash pulls it in. Lakers trail by 7. Right through the D for the layup. The Spurs have gone a solid 6 of 11 when shooting here in the third quarter. They're off the pick from Diaw. It's Parker with the drive. Again, the miss by the Spurs. LA's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Young for 3. No good. And San Antonio will go the other way with it. They've led by as many as 11 points. Leonard, the pass to Mills. Leonard kicks to Duncan. He's up against Gasol. Fade away. Duncan misses.
He's playing selfishly now, guys. He's just trying to get as many shots up as he can. Doesn't look at all concerned about his teammates.
Dishes to Meeks. He kicks it to Gasol. From down low. That is good.
Such a difficult shot to defend, that turnaround.
Spurs leading by 3. Parker with him. He's got 17. And here's Mills for 3. Here's the Lakers with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run. Nash kicks to Hill. Young. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Young's got 12 points in just the second half.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
San Antonio calls timeout. One of the great stories here, Nick Young getting it done today.
He's dialed in from long range. They got to stay in his hip pocket and deny him the catch.
The Spurs making a switch here. Splitters checked in. Duncan outside. It's Parker with the drive. Makes the lead pass. Gets the bucket. Splitters got 8 points.
Boy, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip. They've got a battle inside.
Well, this game has been tough, Clark. I mean, they're getting after it, and I think they're starting to run a little bit low on energy, possibly.
Here's Nash, and the shot is good. He has 6.
His shooting has been good, but overall, I think his output has been somewhat limited. The defense really keeping him from getting the number of shots he'd like.
Parker kicks to Mills. Pulls it up. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. And the Spurs lead by 2. Los Angeles has got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. He dishes it to Meeks. He had a nice open look right there. Meeks got 5.
You know, it might have been overlooked because of the way Steve Nash has been able to get everybody involved throughout his career, but he became just the 5th player ever to reach the 10K assist mark.
Excellent use of the screen that time. 12 points for Tim Duncan.
Very effective screen to set up the jumper. That was the key to that play.
Parker against Nash. Hill sets the screen for Nash. Meeks. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Nash has got assist number 7 for him tonight. And for Nash, with the injuries last season and his role more off the ball, his assist speed went way down last year.
But he passed Magic Johnson on the all-time list, and this season, passing Mark Jackson. So with health, who knows? Maybe he can someday catch Jason Kidd.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
You know, it's interesting. Kobe, the last few years, has gotten very loose with his opinions. He's not afraid to say it like it is. And I think one of the inflammatory remarks he made that caught a lot of attention was when he mentioned that the Olympic team back in 2012 was better than the 92 Dream Team.
And the free throw is good, now leading by 1. And that was a bold thing to say going back to Kobe. Definitely got the media talking, Clark, about, you get the feeling he actually believes that they were better.
You know, he might have been right, he might have been wrong. I mean, I think it comes back to the fact that Kobe has no problem saying things that might not be easily received. I'm not sure why anybody is surprised by that. I mean, you don't get to be an elite player without having very high confidence in your ability and your team's.
It's Parker with the drive. And it's Leonard. That time on the assist by Parker. Parker's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Los Angeles has got more than a 50% success rate on their three-pointers since halftime. They're 4 of 7. Kobe dishes to Young. From past the arc. Good. That's 7 points for Kobe Bryant.
Fellas, he just is struggling to get anything going. Right now, his shooting percentage in the quarter, 20%.
And Parker, here we go, teaming with the block. Blake passes to Young, and so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here.
That was was an awfully risky pass, guys. Lucky it didn't wind up as a steal.
Well, it nearly did wind up as a steal, but no harm done in the end. They hang on to possession.
Here's Kobe. On the night, he's gone 2 for 2 at the stripe.
You know, last game, he turned in a really nice performance at the charity stripe.
Yeah, it really stands out when you look back at the numbers from that one.
And guys, if a game was coming down to the wire and the opponent needed to foul, I mean, he was the guy they wanted with the ball in his hands. I mean, shooting the free throws because of his proficiency there.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Hill's checked in. And Kobe drops them both. There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Ginobili against Kobe. Parker kicks to Splitter. Fades and shoots. And it comes off the front of the rim.
I'm not sure why he's fading away. He could have gone straight up for that shot. He would have had a better chance of making it.
Bryant. And no good trying to get that one. And we've reached the end of the third. Lakers ahead. They're up by 4. And we'll be back right after this.
Coming up Sunday, November 3rd, John Wall and the Washington Wizards take on LeBron James and the Miami Heat. Be there.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for Los Angeles.
Their defense has been outstanding, Kevin. Closing out on shots, blocking a lot of them as well.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
On the floor for San Antonio, in the backcourt, Parker and Ginobili. Down low, it's Duncan and Splitter, and it's Green in at the 3 slot. No one covered. And 12 points for Kobe Bryant.
He's one of the elite scorers in league history, able to create space for his shot with unbelievable footwork and ball handling ability, fundamentals, and of course, unfazed by an aggressive defender.
Well, he's used to being the focal point of a defense, so that doesn't bother him at all. Never phases him, and also doesn't faze him when he misses shots. He always believes he's a shot away from going on a run, and he's always hungry for buckets.
Right side, Kobe. He's covered by Ginobili. 5 to shoot. That one wide left. Spurs trail by 5. The drive by Green. Here's the dish to Splitter. Out to Parker. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And a quick look now at how San Antonio's schedule is shaping up. This game is finished. They'll be off to Portland taking on the Trailblazers. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
A lot of attention on the Nuggets. You know, that Denver game really is interesting to watch.
And he makes the first.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for him. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
Yeah, that's keeping them close. It's going to take a full effort here in the second half, but they've got to continue to knock down these free throws.
Kawhi Leonard is checked in for the Spurs. And Parker drops them both.
Steady work at the free throw line. Just what we're used to seeing out of him.
Nash outside. Young. Pass to Kobe. Now the pass to Gasol. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
You know, for Pau Gasol, calling last year a rough year might be an understatement. He fought off an injury and tried to find a role on a team that was in transition. A year like that can really take a lot out of a guy.
First free throw is good. And Steve, for Pau Gasol, he dealt with knee tendonitis from the first day of the season, then a concussion, torn plantar fascia. I mean, he just had one A setback, it seemed, health-wise after another.
It was just that kind of season, which symbolized the fate of his Lakers, too. They just never seemed to get it going until it was too late. But, you know, with Gasol, we're talking about a guy who's remained effective for a long time in his career. And when you have that kind of skill level, I think your game can translate as you get older.
He hit a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's Kobe. He passes to Nash. With the floater, he gets the shot to fall, and the defender wasn't set. He's called for the block and a three-point play chance here.
And you know, guys, Nash's workout regimen is the stuff of legends. At his age, he's in as good a condition as most second or third-year players in the league. Still highly productive at 39 years old.
San Antonio making a switch here. Green's checked in. And going back to Nash in his great condition. You watch it firsthand, Steve, and you have to wonder just how long, even with all those great techniques of getting his body ready to go, how long he's going to be able to play.
Well, last season, remember, he broke the bone in his leg that set him back. In fact, he missed, most games he missed in 14 years. Normally been very durable. So, you know, Father Time, as they say, is undefeated, Kevin, and is catching up with him.
Kobe kicks it over to Nash. He feeds it to Young. And the foul call on Kawhi Leonard. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul. Third team foul.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. And Kobe Bryant gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's a look at the schedule for the Los Angeles Lakers. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand.
I know I'll be looking out for the final score in that Rockets game. Should be close, I think.
Spurs trail by 5. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
There's Green with the 3. A rebound by the Lakers. Young's got his 5th rebound in this one.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
6 to shoot. The Lakers need to get a shot off here. For 3, Kobe gets it to go. Kobe's got 13 points in the second half.
I wasn't so sure he could get it turned around after that poor first half, but he's got it rolling here a little bit in the second.
Parker kicks to Duncan. Pass to Leonard. Young with the steal. Soft touch off the glass. Young's got 39.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
And Green gets it to go.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the three-point line? Come on.
And the Lakers call time here. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Mike D'Antoni was discussing with his players. It was clear what message he was trying to get across. He said, this lead isn't big enough that we're safe. Not by a long shot. I don't want us sitting back and milking the clock. Play to win. Show some aggression. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. And here's Kobe. Back to Young. Outside, Kobe. Gasol setting the pick for Kobe. That doesn't go in either for Kobe. Spurs trail by 7. Green dishes to Parker. And that one's good. Parker's got 8 points in the quarter.
Well, they were sleeping on defense. The defense really didn't do its job. I mean, a little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint. That's costly.
Well, and at this stage of such a tight game, I think this is when tired legs start to show. And the defense can become vulnerable in the low block.
Nash the pass to Young. There's the 3. San Antonio with the rebound. Parker kicks to Leonard. And it's good on the assist by Parker. Now just a 2-point Laker lead.
Boy, the shots finally dropping for them in bunches. And I'll tell you what, the complexion of this game has totally changed.
You know, that kind of offensive eruption was the only thing that was going to get them back into this one.
Kobe kicks to Young. And the Lakers with another miss. And the Spurs with possession. They've got an 8-0 run. And again, it's the Spurs from deep. Time running low, guys, and somebody has got to win this one.
You know, quite honestly, Kevin and Steve, I mean, this game, as close as it's been, you really hate to see it come to an end.
I agree.
Well, then let's root for overtime. Why not?
The Spurs have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. There's Green with the 3, and again, it's the Spurs from deep.
And this game is really heated up. I didn't think it could get any more high scoring than it already was.
Well, there's always room for more offense, Steve. You know that.
And there's the feed to Nash. Passes it to King. Young. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Takes a 3. Rebound by Parker. Spurs leading by 4. Gives him the lead pass. Rejected by Kobe. And that'll be San Antonio as it goes out of bounds. Spurs retain possession. Kicks it to Green. Leonard with a screen on Kobe. Back to Parker. All alone. A rebound by Kobe Bryant. Kobe's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Again, the miss by Kobe.
Not a bad look at the hoop, just couldn't get it to bounce in for him.
Leonard dishes to Parker. Feeds it to Splitter. Kamen's there. Splitter kicks to Parker. The pass to Splitter. Lock at 6. Again, the Spurs good for 2. The Lakers with the ball. 6-point game. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
You know, that Atlanta game has a lot of attention on him. Well, it looks like it's in his head right now. He looks tight. He's not producing, and his team's struggling as well.
And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. Parker passes to Green. Back to Parker. Leads him in there. Down to 5 on the shot clock.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, if you just looked at assist as the measuring stick, they've been by far the better team.
Nash outside. Nash gets a screen from Kaman. Nash drawing the double team. A floater. That's good. Nash has got 9 points now in just the second hit.
He's got a nice soft touch with that floater and used it beautifully right there.
There's the pick. It's Parker with the drive. That's good. And the Spurs lead by 8.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Parker against Nash. Dishes it to Young. Lets it go. Green with the rebound.
That's a battle they haven't been winning today, guys. Their work on the glass has to improve.
And that's not the only thing that's gone against them.
And that one's good. Parker.
Nice work by Duncan to lay into that defender.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Yeah, clearly they were starting to show signs of fatigue, so coach wanted to give them a second to get their win back.
Manu Ginobili's checked in for San Antonio. Kobe with it, picked up by Ginobili. Kobe against Ginobili. 6 on the shot clock. Nick Young on the wing. From outside the arc. There it is. It's Nash picking up the assist. Nash has got his 8th assist in the game. San Antonio leading by 7. Ginobili dishes to Parker. Duncan inside. He's up against Gasol. And the shot is good. 16 points for Tim Duncan.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Nash kicks to Gasol. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Nash. Lets it go with a 3. And another 3 for the Lakers.
That's 2 straight quick three-pointers they've allowed.
They better not make it 3 straight, because now all of a sudden you're looking at a hot streak.
Ginobili kicks to Parker. He dishes it to Leonard. This one for 3. Rebound by Kobe. Kobe's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Nash with it. He's picked up by Parker. He kicks to Gasol.
It's his 4th foul, and I'm sure he picked it up a little earlier than he would have liked.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for San Antonio.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
And how about the touch they've displayed from long range, guys? I mean, as a team, they are really shooting the ball well and executing from the perimeter.
Both free throws good from Gasol.
Flawless trip to the free throw line that time. And that gap just got a little narrower.
San Antonio calls timeout. They're ahead by 4. There's a minute left to play in the final quarter. There's a minute left in the 4th quarter. Leonard against Young. And Leonard gets it to go.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
Timeout called the Lakers. They're behind by 6. 51 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Lakers have possession. Nash outside. Back to Young. There's the dish to Nash. And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
San Antonio's got 8 shots off from three-point land and hit after. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Here's Leonard. They double him with King. Parker kicks to Leonard. Ginobili outside. Back to Leonard. Shoots the 3. The Spurs rebound. Pass to Parker. And now we've got the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. A different look now for San Antonio. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. And the Lakers call time here. They trail by 8. 11 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Spurs making a switch here. Pick up by Hill. Stolen by Joseph. Bonner passes to Joseph. And so it's San Antonio with the win. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Holland saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Tony Parker.